Oh my God, Becky, he's back. Oh my God. Like for real. Like for real, like welcome to my stream. Master the Pmdg DC-6. The Get Good series has returned. Yes, sir. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Anyways, welcome back, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. Yes, sir. You can call this episode whatever you like. Episode, whatever episode this is. That's right. So this is a redemption flight on this DC-6. For some reason, the last time I flew this bird on the stream, I could not get it to lock onto a VOR or an ILS landing, and I think I have fixed it. I don't know what I did, but it worked yesterday, the last time I flew this, and so we're going to try it again. So we're going to be leaving from Liverpool John Lennon Airport, and we're going to be flying this beautiful DC-6 bird down to Heathrow Airport. Heathrow. I couldn't stream last night. It is what it is. Or the night before. I don't think I streamed the night before either. But I'm back today. I'll be back tomorrow. I was reading about some exciting news from Microsoft Simulator coming out like over the next few weeks. I'm really excited for this next update. Really excited for this next A320neo to be dropped. That thing, from what I understand, is going to be really awesome. If this is your first time here, what you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button already, boy. Hit subscribe, hit like. This is your mission if you choose to accept it. Subscribe, like, that's it. After that, you can leave if you want. But until then, don't leave. You have to stay here until you click both of them things. Or tap on your screen 2 times. But yeah, I flew from, in a DC-6, I flew from Charlotte, North Carolina to Atlanta, and I was able to do an ILS landing and capture VORs. And I did this flight the other day, and it all worked out good. Oh, I was saying the mission, if you choose to accept it, is click subscribe and click the like button. That's right. That was what I was saying. The mission is to click subscribe and click like. That's the mission. Now, when I made the thumbnail that y'all just saw, I was thinking about doing that other flight with Delta, but I'm going to do this flight here from Liverpool down to Heathrow. All right, let me make sure the voices are up. Yeah, man. Yeah, I felt bad that I couldn't get this thing to land right the other night, like, or get control. I figured out kind of what to do now. So, no, I don't need to. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah, I got to go into options. Let me make sure the volume's up. Because I want the co-pilots to be heard. That's right, I turned down the aircraft engines a bit. Let's put them back up to 40. All right, let's do this. So, well, actually, let's go ahead and just connect all this shit because I may have to service the airplane a little bit. All right, so we got everything connected. Got the stands, got the tow bar. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and open up everything. So let's open up the exits. Let me turn the volume up on this so you can hear it all. All right, let's release the stairs. All right, very good. Now let's go to our maintenance manager. Oh, you know what? Let me bring this actually up in the air, the tablet. I usually forget to do that. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference, but it makes a little difference. I never know where to put my controller when I'm using the mouse. I need more space. Alright, maintenance matters. So, alright. Anti-ice fluid's okay. Alcohol water quantity's okay. The engines, let's top up the oil in the engines. And we only got 1.66 hours on the propellers and the engines, so that's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove these. And let's go ahead and get... Oh yeah, let me set up the actual flight here. Let's see here. We'll do 63 people. And we will set this for like 3,500 pounds. So that gives us 92 on a gross weight. Let's get that down to about like 89. Yo, aviation, what's up, my dude? Welcome to the channel. Oh, hey, man, it's all good. You don't have to apologize. I'm grateful anytime somebody shows up. It's all good. I presume you're already subscribed and you've already clicked like, so if not, Frank's gonna tell you what to do. So, what's good? All right, let's click before start.
Completed. Moisture water. Tasted. Oil coolers and gas. Water in position. Fuel and fluids.
He'll probably be here shortly. I'm on a little earlier than usual, so he's probably out chasing zombies out of his house.
Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked.
Alright, let's set up this.
Door latches.
I'm tempted to use the old GPS stuff, but I'll use this for now, I guess. Just in case it doesn't connect.
Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles.
Alright, let's set up our flight plan.
Set to idle. Propellers. Forward at 3.
We're going to LPL.
Before start checks complete.
Very good, fellas. I'll start the engines here in a moment. Let's type in LPL. So we use the little dial to choose the letter, and the big dial to choose what space the letter is going on. Wow, at 3? Yeah, I'll probably be up at 3 o'clock. I'll check you out. What, like 3 in the morning? Like what time zone though? All right, LPL, and then we are going to TNT. Once I get the flight plan put in, we'll start up the engines. All right, TNT. Yeah, I'll check it out at 3 in the morning, but I'm not sure what time zone, my dude. I'll have to get on your channel and check it out. Hey, it's all good. I'm not at the stage where I can do memberships yet, I don't think, because I'm not monetized. But if I do, you know, we'll figure it out. All right, DTY is next, and then that's the last waypoint before we put in our approach. There's no departure we're plugging in today, and no arrival, just these 3 points and an approach, and that's it. All right, DTY. And last but not least is EGGL for Heathrow. Heathrow Airport. Is it EGGL or is it? Oh, EGLL. Oops. Oops. All right, EGLL. Here we go, Heathrow. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not going to get fired from this plane too. So I'll be all right. We'll be good. We'll be good. We ain't messing this one up. All right, let's click on procedure. Let's select the approach. And I'm doing 27 left. And we are taking it from BNN. And let's load that. And now our flight plan is all set up. Let's put, let's go here. I cleaned the map up. You can push this clear button and that gets rid of like all the bullshit. All right, let me click map and let me get the fields turned on. Bloop. All right, and now LPL, our first waypoint's an actual ADF, so let's plug that in. That's 349.5. So the big dial does the last digit, the inner dial does the rest of the digits. So 349.5, let's flip-flop that. And our first actual VOR is Trent TNT. It's 115.7. So let's push this in and let's turn this to 115.7. And let's switch that over, and we are going to be flying that on a 114 heading. So let's plug in 114 down here. Come on, bitch. There we go. There's 114 right there. All right, let's get some engines started up. Everything's put away. Very good. All right, first things first. Yeah, man. 12 years old, that was about 1 year before I started talking about weed. I think 13 is when I started talking about it. All right, let's put this up to auto rich. That's for number 3. The flight engineer should have put us on booster pumps on right there. So let's make sure we have fuel going to number 3. That's right here, we do. And he already turned on the engine selector. So now let's put the magnetos on. We got to click the start button, wait for him to say 12, and then we're going to click boost and then prime, and that should start us up.
3, 3.
I won't tell Grease.
6, 6. 9, 9. 12, 12.
What? It didn't start. Yeah, I knew you weren't 37, man. You talk too much shit to be 37-year-old. I figured you 12. Fucking kid and shit. A kid! Alright, let's put this back on 3. Let's flip the magnetos again. Let's click start.
3, 3. 6, 6. 9, 9. 12, 12.
Yeah, man, his dad's a pilot. Grease figured that out a while ago. Yeah, his dad a pilot. His dad's a pilot. Alright, let's put on Rich for number 4. I'm not gonna lie either. I'm really 12 years old too. I just got a lot of facial hair for a 12-year-old. All right, let's put on the booster pump for number 4. Let's make sure we got fuel going to number 4. We do. That's number 4 right here. This is number 1. This is number 2. So let's flip the engine switch to number 4. Let's put on both magnetos and let's get this fired up.
3, 3, 6, 6, 9, 9, 12, 12.
Oh, I'm just messing with you about knowing you were 12. I was just kidding. All right, that didn't work. Let's flip this again. Flip this again. Yeah, I was just messing around. I don't know how old anybody is. But I knew you weren't 37.
3, 3,
I could tell by the way that you
6, 6,
put your messages in.
9, 9, 12, 12.
Yep. Yep. I'm 23, you got it. Alright, number 2 is up and running. Let's set up engine number 2. Very good. Let's get our fuel flowing to number 2. Yep, I'm in 7th grade. I'm really 12 years old. Alright, I'll still be here. Alright, number 2's got fuel, so let's go ahead and put the magnetos on. Let's flip this to number 2. Let's click the start button.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah, man, listen to aviation, dude. I won't say nothing to him, don't worry. But yeah, man, stop spamming the chat, bro. That's not cool, man. That's like a party foul. You're gonna catch all kinds of bad luck for doing that. All the bad things that can happen to you are gonna happen now because you spamming the chat. Aviation gonna put a hex on you. Alright, fuel number 1 is good. Let's go ahead and put the magnetos on. Let's click this and click start.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Alright, engine number 1 is good. Now, we can flip this to plain battery if we so choose, but the flight engineer and the Giga Chat are going to do that. Mega Karen, I'm not sure who's on board today. Co-pilot's either Mega Karen or Giga Chat. Alright, let's do after start.
Start selected boost pumps. Off and off. Battery switch. Plane battery. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power. Removed. After start checks complete.
Alright, let's back up. Turn this down a little bit. I thought aviation, aren't you from Australia or something like that? I seem to remember talking, I thought I talked to you a while ago, you were from Australia. I might be wrong though. Alright, so for this we gotta decrease the propellers enough to be able to flip this bar backwards. And then we're gonna have to disengage the parking brake. So let's pull our throttle back all the way to idle. Let's click on this bar so we can go in reverse. Let's release the parking brake. And let's put ourselves in reverse. Oh, Canadian. All right, cool. I was way off. Yeah, man. There's gonna be consequences. Listen to aviation. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Alright, so we got 45 miles to our first VOR station. I'm not sure who you're talking to, aviation. I assume it's not me, because I don't think I said anything. I think the last thing I said was, listen to aviation, Frank. You know what he's talking about. Alright, let's put the throttles back up so that bar clicks forward instead of using the brakes. Because if we hit the brakes, we could tip backwards a bit. Alright, let's put the parking brake on. Man, all kinds of drama in the chat tonight, man. Y'all are funny, man. Alright, let's do the 4 takeoff checklist.
Boost pumps. Boost pumps on low.
88,000 pounds, so we gotta do a wet start.
Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat. Off and cold. Hydraulic system. Down, forward, pressure and quantity checked. Okay. Flaps 20.
No drama. It's a drama-free zone. I mean, sometimes watching drama is funny, but
Flaps set 20.
I prefer not to have it.
Windows and turbine.
But I can't stop it. So if y'all gonna go at it, I guess, you know, have fun.
Closed and on. Controls. Gust lock released. Free. Pitter on.
All right, we can actually taxi while they're doing this.
Bridge unlocked. Set. Transponder. On.
Let's go ahead and start moving.
Landing lights.
So we got a little bit of a drive to get to where we going to.
Extended and on. Before takeoff checks complete.
So in this plane, if you're over 87,000 pounds on takeoff, you got to do what's called a wet start, which is an option on the, I swear people want to die in this video game. These vehicles are always trying to cut me off, man. They just do not look where they're going. So yeah, so if you're over 87,000 pounds on takeoff, you got to do what's called a wet start. That's where the flight engineer injects water into... He injects water into something. I don't know what the hell he injects it into, but he injects it in something. And if you're under 87,000 pounds, then you can do with a regular start, a dry start. You release the brakes the same time on both starts. When he says full power set, that's when you release the brakes. Not the parking brake, the regular brakes. You gotta do it. Well, I guess you could leave the parking brake on, but I turned the parking brake off and just hold X on the controller to hold the brakes. No drama. All right, we're getting ready to leave Liverpool. As soon as we get up in the air, we're going to turn on the photogrammetry. I always leave it off on the ground. Even though I'm running a Series X, I still leave it off when I'm on the ground. There's potential for like potholes in the ground and on the runway when you have, at least for me, that's what I've experienced. So I usually just leave it off until we get up in the air. As soon as I get up in the air, I pause the game and put that photogrammetry on. And we'll take off. We'll get up to about 140 knots, start making our turn towards our first waypoint. Why isn't the flight plan showing anything? That's a little strange. Let's click the CDI once and then twice again. Alright, it's showing there, but why is it not showing up on... Oh, I know why it's not showing up. It's not showing up on our Garmin map because according to Garmin, our flight plan is starting at our first waypoint. So that's why there's nothing showing up there, because I didn't plug an airport in to take off from. I just plugged in the first waypoint. But we got it up here on the top left, and then we also have the ADF indicator showing us where to go. Where is Greece? Zoom out a little bit. See, there's the line that we need to catch. Yeah, he'll be around. He might be sleeping. Who knows? Or maybe the zombies finally got him. Maybe the zombies finally got him. Alright, let's put our parking brake on. Just at first. Let's click. Let me double check our weight. I think we're over 87,000. Yep, 88,384. Alright, very good. Let's come here. Let's click take off wet.
Water injection.
Release the parking brake.
On.
And hold the brakes.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
Yeah, R.I.P. Greece. Zombies finally got him. Alright, when he says take off power set,
stabilized. Cowl flaps.
that means it's time to go.
Cowl flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power. Full power set.
Alright, let's release. get a little bit over 100, we'll pull back on the stick, and the flight engineer and the co-pilot, take care of landing gear, flaps, all that stuff on takeoff. Usually on landing, I take care of everything outside of the first setting for flaps. All right, let's pull back.
Positive, gear up.
Start adjusting our trim a bit, our trim up, so we can slowly release the yoke and still be able to climb. I like trying to climb at around 1,000, maybe 1,200 vertical feet per minute. All right, here's our ADF indicator here. Let's turn back so we're facing straight up and down with that.
Flaps going up.
And we should be at about 165 for our climb speed.
Meter power. Setting meter power, 48 inches, 2600 RPM.
Meter power is maximum efficient takeoff power. Put that on after takeoff, that way you don't damage your engines. And then they are going to put climb power in place here pretty soon. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the photogrammetry. There we go. This might take a minute or two. This might take a minute or two. Yes, sir. And then once we finish our turn and straighten out and we get level, we'll put on the autopilot.
Power set. Climb power. Setting climb power.
All right, there's climb power. So right now I have my my hands are off and we're still climbing. That's because the trim is a pretty decent spot. We would have stayed at that angle if we weren't turning.
Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please.
Alright, ADF is almost centered. This is almost centered for our GPS, and so is this. Once we get the autopilot on, we'll switch over to VOR mode. Alright, let's that, and now let's put our autopilot on. So we got to click this button here, and then this button. That puts us in, mode where we can use this to turn. Right now we're going to use this for our climbing angle. So we're still going, we're losing speed, so let's angle down a little bit. We need to stay around 165 knots. So if you, this side and this side do the exact same thing. Let's leave this around 9 or 10% for the trim. Let's angle this a little bit. I thought Aviation said he was going to take a shower. Yeah, he'll be back. Alright, let's click on this. Make sure we're straight. And let's switch our GPS to localizer mode. And you know what? We could probably actually click on localizer right now. Let's switch our mode to localizer and see if it captures it. I think we're good. See that the ADF that I chose in the beginning, I just chose that to show the ADF indicator. Like, we really didn't need to put it in there. I just did that so you guys could see, like, how it operates. Alright, so we're in regular nav mode. There's the 2 flag because we're going to the VOR station, and I have in there 114, which is our course. It shows in the magenta color here. It's also here. And here's our ADF indicator. So we passed LPL already. LPL is right here, so we already passed that. Now we are on our way to TNT. Next VOR station after that is DTY, and that is 116.4. So let's plug that in. Alright, and we're going a little fast, so let's pull our pitch up a little bit. Just a couple of ticks backwards. And our cylinder head temperature is pretty good. Our carburetor temperature is getting there. Our oil temperature is okay. Pressure, the outside air is starting to drop, so we're going to go up to about 9,000 feet. Let's go here. So these are normal. The oil pressure, the oil temperature is normal because we just started off and we're pushing the engines very hard right now. Carburetor temperature is normal. This doesn't mean that it's icing, it just means that it has the potential to ice. So I'm leaving the carburetor deicer off right now because I don't want to waste the fluid in case we really do need it. And we're also, you can see that we're not, what's the carburetor temperature? We're not actually in jeopardy of anything icing over at this point. You know, we're real close to the yellow, so we're not like, you know, really at a point where it looks like we're going to be anything icing. Yeah, so Sam, we need to get more people watching the stream. We need to get more people watching it. Nobody cares about flying planes, that's the thing. Like, nobody cares. I care. You care. A few other people care. Maybe when the new simulator comes out, maybe more people will care. Alright, let's at least put on this airfoil master for heating and the prop deicer. Let's see if our anti-icing fluid starts going down. I don't know if it will. We'll keep an eye on that right here. I forget if the prop deicer does anything with that. But yeah, man, we captured the localizer. We're on our way. When we get about 4 or 5 miles out, we'll switch frequencies to our next one. The oil temperature's coming up. Carburetor now, once we close the cowl flaps, when we get to cruising altitude and close the cowl flaps, this temperature should jump up quite a bit. Alright, we just had about 9,000 feet, so let's angle down just a little bit to slow down our climb. That way when we hit the altitude control button here, it's not such a huge jolt to the system. And then we'll click cruise on the flight engineer page and it'll put us in cruise mode. Alright, we can click it, so altitude hold is on. Let's click on our flight engineer and click cruise.
Set cruise power, please. Setting cruise power.
See, the oil temperature is now good. These will eventually go to check marks as well. When it's blue like that, it doesn't necessarily mean it's icing, it just means that it's possible. Just, you know, really just keep an eye on things.
Cruise power is set.
Alright, very good. And our cylinder head temperature should start jumping up a bit. I mean, it's not in jeopardy of freezing or anything. I mean, we're still,
Cruise checks are complete.
you know, 170, you know, degrees Celsius. And now we're golden. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the VOR system wasn't working before, but it's working now. I'm not doing anything different than I was doing before, but I finally got it to work properly, you know, a few days ago flying to Atlanta. And then yesterday I tried this exact same flight before work yesterday, and it captured the localizers, it did the ILS landing. I figured out how to slow down as well, because that was a big problem I had with the first flight I did last week with this was, when we were landing, I couldn't, like every time I would pull the throttle back, the flight engineer would move it back up again. So I figured out how to take care of that. I'll show you as we're coming in for our landing. Our next course is 158. Plug that in when we get a little closer. We got about 17 miles to our next waypoint. Now you can see everything is in the green now, so everything is good. Yeah, alright, so the anti-ice fluid, that must just be for the carburetor anti-ice. For the carburetor there. You can use this side over here for VOR2 if you want to use that as like a reference. You just can't really interact with anything over here, so you can use it as a visual reference if you want, but you know. And then if you do have it set on number 2, you can come over here and put it on N2. Just grab this button here and flip it to N2. Alright, so we're going to be flipping frequencies here momentarily and going back into localizer mode. At about 7 or 8 miles out, we'll flip it back to, gyro pilot, flip our frequencies, and then plug in 158. Sun's starting to come up over Britain. Over Britain! Alright, let's put this back in gyro pilot mode. Let's flip our frequencies. And let's plug in 158. And when 158 starts kind of lining up a bit, we'll go ahead and use our dial here to turn. So we just got to keep an eye on this. You can look at this green line, or you can, if your eyes are that good, you can see that. For me, at the ripe old age of 12 or 23, I'm looking at this green line, just waiting for that to kind of start moving. Sweet. Welcome back. Okay, we can actually start turning just a little bit. Make our turn. Slowly level out here. Alright, very good. Let's make sure this is centered up again. And now let's engage localizer again. And that should put us locked up on this localizer here. Now our next frequency is going to be BNN. That's the beginning of our approach, actually. So we got 54 miles. Then after that, we'll have 34 miles to BNN, and then that begins our approach as we pull into the northwest side of Big London City. All right, let's see here. 113.75. Alright, so it didn't say that we crossed TNT yet, so let's go to flight plan. Let's click on this button here. So it's highlighted, use the big wheel, go to DTY and click this direct to button. And then hit enter, and enter again. And now the flight plan shows us now on direct path to it. And now let's type in 113.75. Very good. And we don't need to start descending until we get to really like past the next waypoint, so we'll be at this altitude for a little bit here. I'll be back in just a few seconds. Few seconds. much better. And I took the day off of work today. Don't get it twisted, it was a boring ass day. I had to run my kids to different appointments that they had, man. One of them was at a government agency type. Whoa, hey bitch. One of them was for something with the government that they both need to do. And man, that place was so. I'm glad I don't have to go back there. I don't think ever again. Yeah, they had to get copies of their social security cards, and man, that place was so boring. It was an interesting place to kind of hang out for a while, though. Kind of, if you like to watch people, it's interesting because there's a lot of different folks that come in and out of that place, and it's such a small place that you can hear everybody talking. So even if they're trying to be quiet, you can hear all the private conversations, which is a little weird, but kind of entertaining at the same time. Now you can increase the sim rate of this plane. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight because it's such a short flight, but you have this option here. So if you have a shortcut, if you're using a keyboard, or you can set up a shortcut on your controller to do it. I think my shortcut is, let's see what I have here set up. No, maybe I didn't do it actually. Increase. Yeah, I didn't set it up. I want to say it was left control and the P button and the O button. I don't think I wrote it down anywhere. I'm looking at the little notepad I have here with everything, and I don't see it. Increase flaps, spoilers. Oh, that's arming display. No, that's drone, toggle drone, increase. Well, whatever. You can set it up if you want. I didn't set it. I mean, I have it set up. I just forget what the command is, but I'm not doing it anyways. We only have 30 miles. We only have another 60 miles until we're, starting to make our turn for our approach. And when we come in for our landing tonight, we're gonna make sure that this needle gets down to about 60, and we're gonna try to keep the manifold pressure around 26 for our landing. This is the brake mean effective pressure, and it's for it's comparing the power of the engine, the performance of the engine to one another. Engine 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we have about 24 miles to our next, and next we're going to be flying on a heading of 142. Now, right when we cross DTY, we're going to start descending to about 3,000 feet. Because we're only going to be descending at about 1,000 feet per minute, so that might get us, a little too low, too quickly. But I want to, with this plane, you want to make sure you're, when you're coming in for an approach, you want to make sure you're at you know, the right kind of speed, and it's very difficult in this airplane to get to a slow enough speed for landing and doing an approach when you're still descending. Say left control, page up or down. What? What the hell? I gotta take a screenshot of that. What the hell? Yeah, that's crazy. That's so that's supposed to the next target. Drone to the next target or drone to the previous target. That was crazy. Going below ground. I know, right? That's crazy. And drone mode is out of control, man. Drone mode is some scary shit. There's Rugby, England. Alright, we got 14 meals. It's so nice flying this plane now and not having to, you know, adjust the heading every couple of seconds with that thing. Or really every couple of minutes. I think every couple seconds is a bit dramatic, but it is nice not having to be able to, you know, not having to tweak the, you know, the lateral movement every few minutes. Yeah, man, boring as hell today, man. Day off, I didn't even get a chance to sleep in. I was up same time as usual. You had to be out of the house by a certain time. I did get a chance to take a nap this afternoon, and I am so good at taking naps in the afternoon. Like, if that would be a professional sport, I would definitely be like one of the best ever. Like, I'd have all the titles. Like, if napping in the afternoon was a sport, man, shit, I'd have all kinds of endorsements. Sealy Posturepedic endorsements, My Pillow endorsements. Okay. Silk comforters, eye masks, heated blankets, all kinds of stuff, man. I'd be the champ. All right, let's put ourselves back in gyro pilot. Let's switch frequencies again. And we need to be on a 142 heading this time. Once that gets lined up with the 142, with the 140 deuce, start making our turn. If you're using a mouse, just put your mouse right over this and just use the wheel and scroll backwards, and that'll turn it to the left. Excuse me. Scrolling your wheel forward will push it to the right. At least that's how it works on my system here. Actually, let's begin our descent checklist now.
26 inches, please. Setting 26 inches.
And let's take ourselves out of altitude control.
26 inches set.
And we're just letting the plane just starting to slowly start go down.
Altimeters and flight instruments cross-checked.
We'll adjust the scroll, we'll adjust the wheel here as need be. Right now, we're just kind of letting it go down a little bit on its own right now.
Low. Low. TCM checks are complete.
Alright, let's push this down, because I want to stay around 1,000, somewhere around 1,000 vertical feet per minute. Alright, let's start turning. Straighten out here. And click localizer. And let's scroll this just a little forward. 2,500 feet's the capture point for the blind scope, so that's where we need to really get down to. And the approach we're doing tonight, it starts at BNN, the next waypoint, but on the approach chart that I'm looking at from Jeppesen, it doesn't show BNN, it just shows the initial air fix and the glide scope capture point, so it's... anyways. Alright, so the landing localizer is 109.5. So let's plug that in here. .5. It's a different runway than I landed at the first time. First time I landed on 26. I'm sorry, 27 right. Or 26 right, actually. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to land on this one with the localizer. If it doesn't capture, we'll just go back to the other runway and make a circle. When I landed the other day, I had to make a circle. It didn't, I came in at too high of an altitude, so I wound up going back out towards like the main part of London City and then turned around again, which is cool. Like this flight plan should take us right over Buckingham Palace. It should take us over the London Eye. Like it's a pretty cool little, you know, route from Liverpool to Heathrow. Let's put the lights on in the world so we can see the beautiful city. And I do have live weather off, which is, you know, it's fine. I didn't want there to be any clouds or anything. I just wanted, like, I like looking at the ground. Sometimes it's fun having the clouds and all that, but, you know, I really like, you know, I don't really ever get to fly over this part of the world, and I kind of wanted to see what it looked like, and it kind of looks like what I thought it would look like. Like, nope. You see our speed here is 209, like, you know, usually when you're descending, you're going to be somewhere in that area, which is why it's important to get down to the, you know, your next altitude and have that time to be able to burn off your speed a bit. So ideally, I'd like to be, you know, maybe 3,000 feet by the time we get to the next waypoint, which could happen. I mean, we got 20 minutes left, 20 miles left. Going a bit too fast now. down to 2,500 feet, and then we'll turn on the altitude capture again. And our landing tonight, it's on a course of 269. That's our delicious final course tonight is 269. Let's check the outside air temperature. It's close enough we could probably turn off the... Oh no, let's wait for it to get over 10. I was saying we could probably turn off the prop de-icer and the heating, the airfoil, but we'll leave it for now. Alright, let's disengage him and see if we can slow down a bit. So what I found out was, if you want to control the engines yourself for the most part, like I'm doing now, I'm turning the engines down, you need to make sure that there's no green in any of these, and that'll take the power away from the flight engineer. I didn't do that when we... Oh, by the way, the oil pressure is low because we pulled the engines back a bit. Cowl flaps are open, so that's why that's lit up again. But yeah, when this is, you know, when you use these modes and it stays in green, the flight engineer is still controlling a fair amount of stuff. Hey! Hey! What's up? We were talking about you. Like, where is Grease? I said the zombies probably finally got him. Welcome to the show. I learned a lot about the DC-6 since the last time we flew it, and we're actually in localizer mode now with the localizer, you know. And I was able to do an ILS landing too. So we're gonna try to do that again tonight. Okay. I got your word, that's good. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's good. Alright, we're getting ready to capture our altitude. So when this gets to about 2,500, we're gonna click on this here button. Nice. Out with the ladies. The lady zombies. Alright. We're gonna hold there. Let's click cruise mode again. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's click in range.
Normal. Fuel booster pumps.
And let's go into
On low. Fuel tank selectors.
gyro pilot mode.
Mains on. Crossfeed off. Hydraulic bypass valve.
Let's go ahead and
Down.
switch to our localizer
No smoking signs.
for our landing, and we need to put in 269 here.
In-range checks complete.
Alright, that's 270, that's 269. And as you can see, it now says VLOC and nav, which means we have the glide scope available and the course. Alright, let's make our turn. Get on the right track for BNN. Alright, that's good. Let's keep there. Let's keep going a little bit this way. that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and straighten this out. We're going to let, there's Heathrow over there off our right side. We're going to let the flight engineer keep doing what he's doing until we, line up for the landing. We'll click landing, get everything down for landing, and then we'll turn off the flight engineer, and we'll be able to take care of the throttle ourselves and, the flaps and all that. So that was a mistake we made the first time around. What's our outside temperature? All right, so we're at about 10 degrees, 11 degrees now. We can turn off the airfoil and the prop de-icer, and I don't think that de-icer used any fluid. Nope, that's only for the carbs, I guess. Zoom in a little bit. All right, if you noticed, it's now picked up our localizer for our landing. This needle just flipped, so we're not going to put that mode on just yet. We're going to wait till we do the rest of this approach run. All right, let's straighten out here. What we'll do is once we make our final turn towards the runway, then we'll activate the landing mode on the flight engineer page. Once they get all their settings done, then we'll deactivate the flight engineer and take care of everything ourselves. When we cross into London, we should go right over Buckingham Palace. Pretty much. And off to the left, we'll see the London Eye. Not the Golden Eye, that was a movie. Alright, we're on a decent track now. Speed's okay. There's downtown London coming up. Right, send him a 12-year-old zombie. How far away are we from our... Does that say 10.6 miles? Yeah, let's go into landing mode.
Flaps 20. Setting flaps 20.
And we're going to leave that button on until we get the localizer captured, then we'll turn it off. Alright, we need to angle out just a little bit. Make just a little turn.
Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
we go too low in the speed, I'm gonna... You know what? Let me actually deactivate the engineer now so I can control the...
2400 RPM. 2400 RPM set. Cal flaps. Plus 3 degrees.
Well, let's wait for them to finish, I guess.
ADI. ADI off.
Alright, let's turn.
ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good. Extending lights. Lights extended and on. Carbine. Carbine cold. Set cold. Before landing checks complete.
Excellent. Let's turn him off so we can control the throttle ourselves a bit. Let's continue to make our turn. Let's straighten up. Yeah, insurance might have broken the secret. Damn insurance. Damn insurance salesman. Increase our speed a little bit more. So here's Buckingham Palace right there. There's the Golden Eye right there, or London Eye actually, not the Golden Eye. Yeah, there's Buckingham Palace right there. Alright, and let's go ahead and continue our turn towards the localizer. We're just going to keep the mouse on this knob here until we make our final turn like we're doing. And then once the localizer gets lined up, we'll click the approach mode and we should be golden at that point. And then we just need to worry about the remainder of our flaps and getting down to about 105 speed. Alright, localizer's alive. Let's choose the localizer now. Let's see if it actually... Oh, shoot. I didn't do it right. Hang on a second. We might have to do a go-around. Yep, we're gonna do a go around real quick. Alright, let's go into approach mode again.
Cooling turbine. Normal.
And let's go ahead and
On low.
deactivate
Fuel tank
this,
selectors.
that,
Mains
make
on,
sure this
cross
is
fuel
there,
off. Hydraulic bypass valve.
make sure that's down, and activate
No
this,
smoking signs.
and that,
On.
and that.
In-range checks complete.
The autopilot's not working anymore. That's really weird. Let me figure this out here. Alright, let's deactivate this, this, and this. Let's flip this on, and that on, and that on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, let's make a little circle real quick, and then we'll come in for our landing. Alright. On the table. Okay. Yeah. Nice British Airways. That's right. I had to do the same thing yesterday. I had to do a circle. Oh, look, it's tooting. Tooting British. I'm not sure why. I clicked the approach and it, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what happened. It just didn't, it did not do what I wanted it to do. But we're gonna get it this time. Let's go out just a little bit farther. And then we'll make our U-turn. So I clicked the approach mode without this dial being centered, and that threw everything off. That's kind of what happened. Let's go out to about 15 miles. Go out to about 15 miles and then make our turn. And then we'll plug in landing mode. Now, I haven't seen the developer live stream, but I did read a really good article today about the what's coming, and it's very exciting. Very exciting. I'm really looking forward to this new A320neo. From what I saw, I might check the stream out tonight actually, but from what I saw with that plane, that thing looks like it's going to be really nice. Alright, let's go out to 15 miles and then turn. I did see in that article I read today that the update that's supposed to be coming out this month that's going to give us that airplane, I saw that it might be pushed farther back. So we'll see. Right now they're talking, you know, like we talked about the 27th or 28th or something like that, but there's a possibility it could get pushed back farther than that. So alright, we're at 15 miles. Let's go ahead and start making our turn. And let's actually go into landing mode again.
Flaps 20. Setting flaps 20. Flaps set. Mixtures rich, please. Auto rich. Mixtures set. Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
All right, let's get to about a 45-degree angle if we can. All right, that's pretty good. Let's wait for, there we go.
Gear down and locked, 3 greens.
Let's make a turn towards the localizer.
Tail flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good, extending lights. Lights extended and on. Carbine. Carbine cold, set cold. Before landing checks complete.
Alright, let's get lined up a bit. Let's click this button. And now let's put ourselves in the mode that we need to be in. And let's go ahead and turn this off so we don't fall out of the sky. I had to put the landing gear up. We were going too slow. I just want to keep us at a decent speed until we start descending. And then we can really turn the engines down. That was probably a little premature to click landing when we were making that turn. But, hey man, you live and learn. Alright, let's turn some engines down now. And we can actually probably now put our landing gear down. Let's get our manifold pressure to about 25, 26. That's where it's at. We're waiting for this line here. Horizontal line to get centered, and then the glide scope will capture. See, we're in approach mode down here. But yeah, turning off the flight engineer, now you're able to take control of throttle and stuff like that, so. Alright, we should start heading down now. Any moment. There we go. Now we can ease up on our throttle a bit now that we're descending again. So we want to try to cross the, the entry of the runway around 105 knots if possible. Yeah, the new Legend military plane, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out, that's for sure. Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be a fan of this game, that's for sure. I just hope that it launches somewhere close to on time, but also with not many issues. You know, so many games nowadays, especially from AAA developers, launch with major issues. Yeah, no MD10. Maybe somebody will make a mod for it. Maybe it'll come out at some point. I really hope they make it. Or the MD80, or MD88, but definitely that MD10, that would be awesome if they made it. Alright, we're gonna go flaps full here in another couple of miles. We have one more setting to go for flaps. Let's try to keep the manifold pressure now around 25, 26 right now, and that should keep us right around 105 knots, supposedly. Alright, let's go flaps full. Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully they'll change that, because I really would like to fly one of those planes. Like, the one on X-Plane is really cool, but I think Microsoft Simulator would probably be a whole lot better than X-Plane. At least that's my guess. I don't know. Alright, our speed is good. Our course is good. Hey, this runway we're landing on, maybe we'll make it on that guy's YouTube channel. The one who films all the planes landing on this runway. And take it off from this runway. He like sits like at a hotel or something like that, like on the roof or something like that. Or sometimes usually it's a parking lot. Alright, let's make our way to Terminal 5. But, you know, I'm not going to do ground services. We'll just go make our own place over at Terminal 5. Let's do our after landing.
After landing checks complete.
Thank you, sir. Let's go park at the home of British Airways, and then we'll turn the plane off. That'll be it for tonight. I was thinking about contacting the ATC and having them navigate us, but knowing the way this simulator works, there's a very good chance that they would have us go somewhere other than Terminal 5, and I want to go where British Airways goes. Yeah, but I kind of stumbled across the turning off the flight engineer to control the plane by accident. Yeah. We could do that. When a new simulator comes out, you can get on multiplayer and cause a little bit of trouble. Terminal 5. That would be great if they gave us the capability of having guns and bombs and stuff like that. That would be awesome. That's a huge part that's not in this game. I mean, I would love it if they gave us capability of like firing actual guns and missiles and bombs and stuff like that. Yeah. Absolutely. That would be so cool. Park where we usually take the Concorde from. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. Let's shut this down.
Parking brake is set. Cut entrance.
What's that? What's up? What's up? Nice. Oh, that is messed up, man. I can't believe they would have that. Yeah, that's crazy they would have that. I'm thinking about buying this plane. This plane looks pretty cool. Actually, I have it on my wish list. This plane I want to get too, but it's from Flight Effects, and they're still a little suspect to me. But yeah, this P-28 Archer looks really cool. And it's Carenado. They make some good shit. Anyways, that's about it. I think tomorrow, well, tomorrow's probably going to be the Constellation, since we're doing the redemption flights. We might do the Constellation tomorrow. There's a very good chance it could be the Antonov. I haven't flown that plane in a while, and just I've been looking at it, and I've been looking at it, and I've been looking at it, and that Antonov looks pretty good to me right now. I'm real close to, or another Concorde flight. But I'm real close to jumping in this bad boy and, you know, flying something somewhere. I do like this Beechcraft airplane a lot too. I've been flying that plane a little bit. This plane is a lot of fun to fly. It's old school plane. And I haven't flown the Bay 146 in a long time either. I haven't flown my Piper Meridian. I haven't flown that in a while. But yeah, these 146s, I haven't flown them in a long time, so we might do that. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. The Comanche's nice plane. You know, we've only flown that a couple of times. Anyways, that's about it. I guess we'll figure it out. Anyways, sorry, I was getting tied up looking in there. So that's about it for the show tonight, my friends. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time with a brand new flight, maybe a brand new airplane. I am very close to buying. I'm very close to buying this plane from Flight Effects. Now that they fixed the Cirrus SF-G2, I am very, very close to buying this plane. This plane looks super dope. Look at the cockpit. Where's the picture of it at? Where are you at, cockpit? Yeah, I mean, it's cool looking, man. This is a cool looking plane, and it's got tons of shit in it. So I'm real close to pulling the trigger on this plane. So there's a good chance we're going to be flying this plane tomorrow. If not, it's probably going to be the Bay 146 or the Antonov. But that's about it. Before you leave and check out something else, click subscribe. Please click the like button. That is your mission for the rest of this evening. Oh yeah, content manager. We got to update the Cirrus SF50. And that's about it. Like, sub, and I will see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. East Coast time. Be good to yourself. Be good to me. And I will see you over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth tomorrow.